Right, I'm back again. I thought I'd just do this one because it's left me a bit boiling, hot under the collar and getting all of a dither. Getting me bloomers in a scrunch. Absolute lies. Tommy Robinson, mainstream media smears are now being spread by GB News and Daily T host. Who's Daily T? No one cares. Host Camilla Tommy. Right, now before we go any further, I've got to nail my colours to the mast. I cannot stand this woman. I really can't. Well, I can't stand a lot of media heads, but this one in particular. And we're going to jump in together, and then I'll walk you through and talk you through why I don't like this woman. And, yeah, she's a pain. I mean, if you like her, fantastic. Horses for courses, isn't it? You can't like everybody. I'm sure she probably hates me as well, which is simpatico.
Being a sexist, a racist, and unbelievably an anti-Semite.
Right.
Now, I'm going to come in just a moment to
who are we talking
Camilla
about?
Tominay's really shoddy investigation for
she's
the
a
Daily
horrible woman,
Telegraph
horrible.
and their struggling podcast, the Daily T.
Oh, Daily
She
T.
has been on a long campaign.
Right.
I don't believe to present the truth about Tommy Robinson.
No.
She obviously went on this morning and derided him. And
well, I mean, the thing is, with her classes, she's a political media head, chattering classes. One of them, dying mainstream media, ego as big as the planet Pluto, and thinks that her opinion really counts. Never probably spoken, let alone met a working class person or anybody even of ethnicity. Just in her own little media bubble, hanging around London and swinging with whatever they do to swing with these people. Because they are pretty inane. And how she can say all this when she doesn't even know the man, it's a shame he doesn't do it for defamation, because it gets worse. Let's go.
Her own words was defamatory about him.
Oh, right.
But GB News did decide
I'm screwing, I've had enough.
to cover Tommy Robinson only after he lost his High Court battle last week.
Right.
I was in court. I looked to see if anyone from GB News was there. Absolutely not.
Well,
but
didn't expect
after
them to be,
he
did you?
lost, they did feel they could cover the case. But unfortunately, what they did was allow a mad lefty to yet again spout defamatory nonsense about the man. Watch.
Look, frankly, I don't care where he ends up. As long as he serves his sentence, it doesn't bother me which prison he's in. He should be treated the same as any other prisoner. And as you say, it's not a serious crime, but it is a crime, and it's a crime that he willfully committed. We've been talking about racist thugs. Tommy Robinson is another one of those.
That's not why he's in prison.
I was just about to say, I accept that is not why he's in prison, but it is nonetheless true.
Yeah,
why is he racist? He has made, I mean, I don't even, I'm not even...
When has he ever made... When has he ever... No, you just can't do ad hominems. Yeah? When has he... I want them to bring up or show us a clip of him ever being racist, because I've yet to see it, whatever the word is. Yeah? You can't just go and say, oh, well, so-and-so said this. That's what's wrong with this world nowadays. Let's have the proof that they've said it.
Justify your question.
Well,
this is a guy whose best man at his bleeding wedding was a guy of Islamic faith. So for these people, basically they're just raging snobs. It isn't who he is. Well, it is. It's not even. It's what he stands for. It's who he is. His background, everything about him, and he's so easy because he's working class. He's perceived to be scum. So it's, I mean, if he's working class, I'm a ballerina. But anyway, they perceive him to be working class, okay? And so they can just do what they want, say what they want, treat him any way they choose. I mean, the man is already down. Let's give him a damn good kicking from the safety of our little Islington bubble. You make me puke, the whole lot of you. And the sooner the MSM just finishes its death throes and leaves us the flip alone, the better our life will be. I haven't actually watched any mainstream media for over a decade. And if I told you I'd suffered from depression most of my life, would you not believe me? Because you probably wouldn't believe me, would you? That's the problem. Because that was all that was on offer. I mean, I'm a big book reader. Luckily, that saved my life. I'd much rather read a book and watch that bleeding crap. I can remember going on Sky when I first got Sky. My husband got Sky for us. I was against it because I didn't care. But he got Sky, so instead of having like 4 channels of crap, we had 999 channels of crap. But there was this one particular day I went on Sky I think I was a newbie to it, so I was overly excited, you know, as you do. And I flicked through and I got onto a programme on, I think it was Sky, it was either Sky 2000 or Sky 2001, which were the two controversial, if there was anything going to be slightly controversial on the Sky box, it was always going to be on either 2000 or 2001 channel. And I got on there and I watched a documentary called From Freedom to Fascism. And I can remember actually, without realising it, I was watching it, I was just transfixed. I had a million other things to do. Like a lot of women, I used to just put the telly on more for company while you're doing your housework in them days. Nowadays, you just put your iPad on or your Apple phone, don't you? But in them days, you put the telly on for a bit of company while you're doing your housework. And I was absolutely transfixed watching this documentary From Freedom to Fascism. And I can remember not even realising that the tears were rolling down my face. I was actually crying watching it. And I realised in that profound moment that it wasn't just me. I wasn't mental. After all the years that I thought it was me, I thought I was bloody mental. I thought there was something wrong with me that I didn't fit in with loose bloody women and good morning shitten and all the crap they feed you every day. Oh, let's go and live on a bloody island. Can you live on an island and turn the cameras off and just leave the flip alone? We don't care. Oh, go and eat bugs in the celebrities, somebody you've never bloody heard of. Talk about stretching the bleeding... Oh, the obvious. Oh, it's a celebrity. Well, they're not a celebrity if 99% of the people there you've never heard of. And they just feed you out and treat us like we're complete mugs and make us pay for it. It's like we are paying for our own torture and our own torment. And as you can imagine, I haven't had depression ever since I realised. It took me a while, but I kept on watching 2000, 2001 channel, and then eventually, well, times moved on in the internet and la, and you realise, well, I realised that I didn't really need it. You don't need it. I don't know what happens on EastEnders. I don't know what happens on Corrie. I really don't care. I can't believe I was force-fed that mush for years, and that would be the topic of conversation when you go to work. Oh, did you see EastEnders last night? Oh, did you see what Sharon did? Did you see this? Did you see that? I mean, the inanity of it all. Nobody cares. They're not real people. And then you find out the BBC, well, a lot of us activists already knew the BBC were full of those people that rhyme with bonces, you know, the word that rhymes with bonces but begins with N. Load of them have been covered up still under D notices. And we're fating them and lauding them and saying how wonderful they are and this, that and the bleeding other. No. They're a bunch of bleeding ne'er-do-wells that have just feasted off the carcasses of the entire population and the dumbing down of our intellects and our spark and our spirit, yeah? And here we have Camilla Tominey, as I say, is just thrashing around in what should be the death knell, metaphorical death knell of mainstream media, served up to tell us all that somebody that's in prison for showing a film when he was told not to show a film about the industrialised grooming and I don't want to use the word sexual, but you know what I mean, of children. Let's have it right, they're all children across Britain, and it was all covered up, and it was covered up by people like her, like the middle classes, the upper classes, the professional classes, people whose job and whose careers and who paid their mortgages on the back of having a job that they should have been protecting these children, but were actually protecting the perpetrators because it was so much more PC, and it meant they got invited to all the right cocktail parties, and they don't want to not be on the Christmas card list of some weirded out councillor in the town they live in, right? It's that sort of nonsense, okay? And then they tell you you're mental, and you go to the doctor, you're depressed, they give you tablets, and there you go. That's the end of you, isn't it? Fraggled off, dumbed down because you don't fit in. How about they don't bloody well fit in? I'm glad I don't fit in. I'm glad I've never fitted in with Camilla Tominey and people like her. People that could just say, oh, that's completely okay because guess what? They're just working class. They're underclass. They're nobodies. One of the police chiefs was actually quoted as saying they deserved it, these girls, and they were born to nothing. They should never have been born. They're just a waste of resources on society. It was basically what he said about these, I don't know, in my dictionary, I think somebody under the age of 16 is called, let me think, is it a child? A child. With grown-ass men that were leaving their little notches. They'd have a promise box, basically. You go around, you do what you wanted to do with ostensibly the child, because they're all honest and from their same background, they would just leave a little sign that said hello on a little list. Yeah, I've been here, and then they collect the money at the end of the month. I can't really say too much because it's YouTube, but you know what I mean. It's a matter of public record. I'm not making it up. You can go look for yourself. And here we have Camilla. So come on, Camilla. Filler Camilla.
He's a racist.
He and his supporters would deny that vehemently. He's got, as far as I'm aware, again, I'm not a massive Tommy fan or anything. I don't really know much about him.
No, well, there you go. So there you go. I don't know much about him. I don't know much about bloody architecture. Guess what? I don't talk about architecture because I don't know much about it. I suggest you do the same at some point, love.
He's racist. You need to give an example of what
he has made. All sorts of multiple.
Listen. You can sit there all day long. You're not going to get it by me, okay? You can sit there and you can say, "Oh, he's thisist and he's thatist and he's a low down piece of scum." Well, I'm telling you, if it takes an this and an that and a low down piece of scum, working class, bleeding ne'er do well, whatever you want to call him, to point out the bleeding obvious that children were being generationally abused on a mass scale throughout Britain. If it takes somebody of that calibre to tell you, it says a lot more about you than it does about them. And with that, I'm over and out because I'm bloody getting annoyed. How dare you? You want to zip it, love. Filthy mouthed hag.